Good evening, everyone. We'll just wait for a few more seconds for everyone to come in. Today's webinar is really interactive. Definitely, you will definitely have a great time based on the connections that we'll be making from each other, but also the information from Adriana with her presentation, with her ideas to assist you with your business model canvas. I definitely encourage you to introduce yourself, what type of business you have you developed your business model canvas? Or are you stuck in one particular area of that canvas? This is your webinar, and we'll hopefully at the end of today's webinar, you will have multiple aha moments that will definitely enhance your business needs and goals. So I want to thank you for attending today's webinar. Some housekeeping items. This is a recorded webinar in case if you have to step out, answer a phone, have dinner. All participants will be receiving today's presentation and the link at the YouTube channel. So strongly encourage you to like and subscribe at our channel. So let me go over a brief description of the Miami-Dade Business Navigator program. It is funded through a cooperative agreement through the U.S. Small Business Administration. It was established in part of the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021 that uses that community navigator approach to assist you, the small business owners, in the economic recovery, in which this program is comprised as a lead hub. In this case, it is the Florida SBDC at FIU, working with a network of spoke organizations that deploy community advocates to work with small businesses. In addition, with the purpose of the Miami-Dade Business Navigator program, it is to assist small businesses in the focus on veterans, women, as well as socially, economically disadvantaged individuals. Along with the Florida SBDC at FIU, we have other specialized consultants to assist you if you're looking for access to capital, business planning, government contracting, operations and strategic management, all different facets of what small business entails. Would be more than happy to connect you with the appropriate channels. For example, the Florida SBDC at FIU has 10 specialized consultants to assist you in all different facets, in case if you're looking to start a business, how to sell your business, how to have new marketing sales, operations, along with access to capital, and also introductions to other partners to address those business needs as well. And the Navigator program, it is focused on businesses that are located here in Miami-Dade County. But if your business is located outside the region of Palm Beach, Broward, Miami-Dade, Monroe County, feel free to send me an email. I'll be more than happy to connect you with your local SBDC or business resource partner. So if you're located in Palm Beach, Broward, Monroe, Miami-Dade, we'll be more than happy to assist you and focus on the 3 key pillars, which is the consulting, mentoring, and training. As such, you're in today. Definitely encourage you to like and subscribe our YouTube channel. Once again, as we have a plethora of a library of our previous webinars to enhance the conversation with our business consultants. And also like and follow us on our social media channels on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, of upcoming events, resources for your business needs. And definitely visit our website at miamibusinessnavigator.com. So I want to thank you all for attending today's webinar. Allow me to introduce you to Steve Arman from Branches and talk about some initiatives, programs to assist with your business needs. So Steve, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Jesus. And it's such a pleasure to be here with everyone and to welcome you guys to this training this evening. We are very, very privileged to have our expert presenter here today, Adriana Madrina. And this is the second time that she's been so kind as to come and present for us, in this co-hosted event. And she did such an amazing job the first time she presented on this very same topic that we could not think of anyone better to be here today. So Adriana, thank you so much for being with us. I do want to share again my gratitude. Yes, of course, Jesus, for putting it all together for us today. Jesus, thank you again so much for all that you do. And on behalf of my colleague Luby and I, a wonderful welcome to all of our participants this evening. This topic is particularly important because it's one of the few documents, like some of the accounting statements that businesses use, that can actually give you a really amazing snapshot of a business. In some instances, people have been moving away from the full business plan and concentrating on their canvases. But what I can tell you is that for those of you that have not yet done your business plan and intend to do so, starting with the business model canvas is actually a really, really good step. It does get you thinking very strategically, and it does get you thinking in a way that focuses on all of the fundamentals of your business. So the topic is important, the expert is amazing, and we're in for a real treat today. Just to let you guys know, you all are welcome to join the B1 community. It's available on the App Store, right? It's branches B1, and this is our network of businesses that work together in harmony, collectively, to learn together, to grow together, to support each other in each other's businesses. So you guys, once you are a properly registered business in Miami-Dade, you are welcome to join. And if you decide to join the community today, it's at no cost. You have only to download the app, set up your profile, and upload a picture of yourself, and we'll take care of the rest. Another important thing that you should know is that we're continuing our digital transformation program training. Our next session is this Friday. It's in person, and it's our North Miami location for branches. So Luby, my colleague, is going to put an email in the chat. Anyone wanting to join the digital transformation training, which is so very important to all businesses in this day and age, you're welcome to join that training. You have only to reach out to Luby, and we will do what is required to accommodate you, right? But it is by registration, because we do have to provide materials and meals and stuff like that. So with those few words, again, it's my pleasure to hand over to our expert today. Adriana, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Steve, and Luby and Jesus for having me here today. I love to teach these classes, and I'm delighted to see the group in the chat. I see some faces that I recognize and a lot of new faces, or a lot of new people, which makes it super fun. So thank you. So today we're going to talk about the business model. Your business model is how the company makes money. What I've noticed for many people is that sometimes when they tell us how the business makes money and they say immediately you have to go and make your financials, it's very difficult. So I want you to think of the business model canvas as the template that you should do before you build your numbers. It's like a visual side to put together all your numbers. Like after this, you could really put a profit and loss together. So I want to be fun. Today, we are in the chat, 40 people. I know we are the panel in the side of the panelists, and you are in the other side, but please, I love when you participate on the chat. So don't feel bad. Please, I will be asking you questions. Try to write it as much as you can in the chat, because the business model is a template. But I think the secret to learn how to do it is when you are really thinking. So I prefer not that you are very involved in the class, even though you can only connect with me via chat, or if you have questions in the Q&A, so Jesus can help me. But please, please be engaged. If you are engaged, I'm sure once the class is done, that I'm going to give you the template, you will be able to execute it for your own business. So let's start. So today, for the purpose of our class, I am using a store called Lily and Violet Bouquets. So please meet Lily and Violet. They have been in business for 4 years, and they have multiple type of clients. Like any flower shop, they are walk-ins, They work a lot with event planners. And lately, they have acquired a public university and school in the area. So it's important that you know that they have 3 types of clients. Sometimes we have only one type. Maybe only work with consumers, or we only work with businesses, or we only work with government. But some other times we have more than one revenue stream. So we could have more than one customer segment. So in this case, they have 3. Remember, the walk-ins, the event planners, and some work with the public and a school and a public university. That means working with government. So this template that we are going to discuss today is called the business model generation. It was designed by Alexander Osterwalder and Yves, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Pignor. And at the end of the presentation, I will give you the link where you can even watch a video. So this template has, as you can see, 9 blocks. And it has a specific way in which you should fill it in. I was lucky enough to have a class with Alexander Osterwalder when they were launching the concept. And I found that most of the people, when they fill it in, they don't fill it properly. So it's a good way to collect data, but not a strategic tool if you don't fill it out correctly. So the way that I'm going to teach you is the way you should fill it in, because we are not filling it in the order that you see the blocks, but in a specific order, okay? So on the right-hand side of those 9 blocks, we have the value side or the emotional side. So it's everything we do when we connect to the customer. So imagine everything related to sales and marketing. So we have our customer segments. We have our value proposition. That is what we promise our clients we're going to do. We have some relationship with those clients. We connect with them through specific channels, and we generate money on that side, okay? So let's start with the customer segment. And the way I'm doing it, there are some blocks that are a must to fill in this order. You should always start with the customer segment. And in any strategy, what I teach most of the time is a business strategy, business models, and innovation. The secret to any good strategy is really understanding your customers. Sometimes people say to me, but that's marketing. Yeah, for marketing is important too, but for your business too. Unless you have a client from which you are solving a problem, you don't have a business. If that equation is not happening, a client that has a need and you have a solution and they prefer you over the rest, then you don't have a business. So the core of any business is your client. So who are your customer segments? That's why we always start there. So when we think about customer segments, we want to know which are the most important clients. And as I explained before, overall, in general, they can be business to consumer, business to business, and business to government. So business to consumer is when we sell directly to people. So that means that the person is going to use our product. For instance, if I sell a shampoo and a conditioner, that's a product that the people will use directly. But if I sell business to business, it means that even though a person is going to buy it from me, they're going to use it for the business. So if I sell, it's very different to sell Post-its for a consumer. So I buy Post-its maybe because I have a project and I want to use Post-its as to sell to consumer. But in business to businesses, I'm going to buy the Post-its for my business. Okay? So you can also sell to government. And the same Post-its, maybe the government is buying the Post-its, but they are using it for government institutions. Okay, so it's important that you understand that at the end, even though every transaction is with a human being, then the purpose of the use is different. Either I use it for myself or my family or my friend, or I use it for a business or I use it for the government. So let's think, and please help me answer in the chat. Do you remember we said that Lily and Violet had 3 types of clients? They had walk-ins, they have the event planners, and they had the university and the schools. So tell me, which of those segments are business to consumers? When are Lily and Violet, you can put it in the chat, are selling to consumers? Good, Catalina. Okay, so the walk-ins are business to consumer because are individuals trying to buy business to consumers. Okay, so when walk-ins is somebody that needs a flowers for a friend, a present. So I'm buying it as a person. Okay, which of the groups are, which of the 3 segments that they have is business to business? The walk-ins, the event planners, or the public university and public school? Okay, Catalina thinks the event planners, Juan Jose too. Okay, so we agree that the event planners are in the business to business. Good. So therefore, the business to government is who? Who? The schools and the university. Okay, the public school and the public university. Yes. So if it's a private school, it's a business to business because we are not selling to government. Okay. It could be contractors on the county too. Yes. Okay. So I have filled out the chart for you because since we are not so close, and I'm sorry, I didn't, I need to make a correction there. But so the business to consumer, we have the walk-ins that we know are buying gifts for family and events. The business to business, we have the event planners. And the business to government, we have the public schools and the university. And I'm sorry I have a typo because I was trying to change something on this presentation and I didn't realize I didn't put it correctly. But please, when you see all that, those words means public schools and a public university. So we have 3 customer segments. The next square I want you to fill in. So we already put the customer segments. Then you see, I'm not going in order. The next one is the value proposition. So I want you to work with the value proposition. That is what? Value proposition has 2 words. Value, that means something that the other person thinks is something that it has a value for them, is special for them. And proposition is really my promise. What I'm promising you that I'm going to do for you that has value. Okay? And value proposition is why people buy from me, from my business. Because if I have a promise, a solution that really has value, and you prefer me, that's when it's a value proposition. That means that the reason why you buy from me, because I have something special for you. It could be unique, it could be benefits, it could be features. We will see in the next slide. So the value proposition is the value you deliver to your customer, and it has different things. So which customer needs are you satisfying? The first rule is that you are satisfying a need. Remember, if our client doesn't have a need that I can solve, then there is no business. Because at the end, it's a transaction. They have a need and I have a solution. We also need to understand the pains and the gains of those clients and which products or services I am offering for each customer segment to solve their needs. So I really need to understand who's my audience, what are their needs, the pains, the gains, and then what is my solution. Many times we start businesses from the solution, and even though sometimes a lot of businesses have grown that way, the best type of business is the businesses that grow out of the identifying the needs of the client. Doesn't matter if the client is a consumer, a business, or government. When there is a need out there and I can solve it, that's when it makes the best type of business. Okay, so please help me on the chat. Let's start again. For our walk-ins, what are the needs, the pains, and the gains? Help me with that. What are the needs, pains, and gains of our walk-ins? What do they need? So if I go into a flower shop for flowers, what could be the reasons I'm going to buy flowers? Gifts for something, for someone special, or I want flowers. Okay, I want to decorate my home. Okay, perfect. So all of those are needs and pains and gains that I have. Okay, last minute gifts, yeah, definitely flowers, death, anniversary, etc. Yeah. Okay, now let's think about the business to business. The planners. Why would the planners look for flowers? What is the need and the pains and the gains? Wedding, decor solutions, yeah, for events. Yes, correct. Okay, and let's see, special events. Yeah, definitely. When they're planning events, perfect. What about with the government, with the university and the public schools? What are their needs, the pains and the gains? What do you think? They have events, yes. And what are the needs? I'll give you that in a, okay. So they have also a lot of events. Decoration, events, okay. So let's see. So for the walk-ins, usually what the clients are, and I did this very detailed, but I want you to learn how to really develop a value proposition for each segment. Remember, each of them have different needs, pains and gains. So I really need to understand what are my clients' needs, pains and gains to really deliver value. So for the walk-ins, they want affordable arrangements. So I'm buying, and of course, it could be beautiful, but if they're too expensive, probably I'm not going to order from that place. So I want an affordable and beautiful arrangement, okay? For the business-to-business event planners, they want unique designs, affordable price, and on time. I don't want to be creating an event and don't have my flowers on time. So that's a very, very important thing. Finally, for the public organizations, believe it or not, something that they really look all the time is for the good admin. If you work with government, what they're always looking is that you are really good managing the money they give you, and that you manage the invoices properly. And in addition to having amazing quality, amazing arrangements, you need to know the admin process upside down, okay? So as you can see, even though they are all looking for flowers, the need, the pain, and the gain defines a lot of our value proposition. So be very careful with that. So by now we have already fill out the customer segments and the value proposition, okay? So the next stage, you can either work with the customer's relationship at the channels. I think in the video that I sent, they work with the channels, but you can also think about the customer segment. I like to work the customer relationship, because it gives me the tone that they want, and that usually, in my opinion, helps me understand the channels I should use. So for customer relationship is what kind of relationship each of the segments expect. So I'm not pushing the type of relationship. I'm looking for the relationship they want to have with me. So imagine that I start dating someone. If I push, probably it's not gonna work. It's important to know what type of relationship the other person wants to have too. Does this person want to be just a friend or have something more serious? So that's the same when you have clients. So what is the type of relationship they want to have? Sometimes, think even you as clients, sometimes we want to have an advisor, somebody that comes and really help us. Sometimes we don't want to see anybody, just that everything works seamlessly, but not having anyone just stepping on your business. So that's the type of thing you also need to learn from your clients. Which type of relationship do you currently have with your clients? How do you experience the client with, how's the experience of the client with your product and service? And how can you improve that relationship? Okay. So let's think again about Lily and Violet boutiques. So what about the walk-ins? What is the relationship you think these two amazing ladies have with their clients? The walk-ins. Or if you were one of the walk-ins, what would you like Lily and Violet to be with you? Direct and welcoming, personal advice, trusted salespeople. Okay, we have a question. Let me answer Cheryl's question. Let me go back so I can read it. How do you learn what type of relationship your customer wants with your business? Cheryl, what is your business about? Put that in the chat. Yes, we want to be friendly. While Cheryl tell us about her business, let us, yeah, we want, if we work in a store, we want everybody to be friendly. Okay, so you are a baker. So tell me something else, Cheryl. Do you sell in a store, or do you have a cottage low business from your home? So how does it work, your business? How do you sell to your clients, and what clients you have? Sorry, I'm asking you, and it takes time on the chat, but maybe your question could be very helpful for everybody. So tell us more about your business. Home-based bakery, okay. Okay. So, okay, Cheryl. So if you have a home-based bakery, you are ruled by something called the cottage law. So the cottage law tells you exactly what type of products you can produce at home and how to distribute with your clients. The cottage law specifically, yes, you're selling to consumers, but if I'm not mistaken, the cottage law only allows you to, you have to deliver in person, or they need to pick up. So what makes is that probably the relationship that these clients want from you is just to be, you know, their kitchen away from home, something very personalized. There is a high chance you really do, you call, the people call you specifically what they want from you, and you make it in many cases, and it's handmade, and it's from all the love and things you want to know. You know, they want. So it's like cooking with love. Imagine, Cheryl, that you were having, so yes, it's true. Starting 2020, you can do shipping for certain products. Yes, that's true. But you cannot sell, for instance, to restaurants. So that also already there changes the relationship, because if you were selling to restaurants, maybe they will be expecting your breads every morning. Somebody will receive it and nobody will care. They will send you the order, and it could be a repetitive order. In your case, it's a more personalized thing. Maybe you can deliver, but people are buying your breads because it's a handmade product. So it's a very it's not personalized, but it's really, and I don't want to say customized, but yeah, handmade and very unique. Your products at the end are not any cake. They are really special cakes. And I'm pretty sure behind it, you use very special products. I'm talking about cakes and cookies. I don't know exactly what you do, but yeah, that is. So yes, your business to consumer, and is that relationship. They trust that you are doing these special products. Okay. So now let's talk about the business to business. So for the event planners, what do you think is the relationship? What do you think the event planners are expecting from Lily and Violet? Made to order, yes. You're right, Karen. Efficiency. Okay, Claudia, you're asking me if you have different streams of income. It will be like the case of Lily and Violet. You will need to analyze for each stream, like if you do business to consumer or business to business, business to government, Or if you have two types of clients, you need to understand how each client behaves, each group of customer segments behave. Okay. Okay. So good price, yes, flowers, unique options, B2B, reliable. Yeah, perfect. What about the business to government, the university and the schools? How do you think should be the relationship? We said that the admin process is very important. Organized, yeah. Perfect, yes. So they want people to be on top, follow the rules. Yeah, that's how you work with government. Trustworthy and on time too. So let's see. I'm putting it very simple. And if you think the secret of this Canva is that even though you think, you really make it very, you become a critical thinker. Sometimes when we write less, we can be very precise. So we say for the walk-ins that it's important to be personalized. And many of you say, you know, it has to be personalized. They have to be special, feel connected with you. For the event planners, and you even say it, is customized. Definitely that trustworthy, on time, customized. And the universities, they expect you are experts, and so experts that you know exactly how everything works, how they order, how they pay, everything. Okay, perfect. Thank you for the help. It's been fun sharing in the chat with all of you. Okay, so let's go to the channels. So the channels are, through what channels do your market segment wants to be reached? Again, remember, how is the way they want to be reached? Know how I'm pushing the message. So at what time do they want to receive the message? When is the best time to share the message? To which channels? Do I integrate the message in different channels? Okay. So how are you reaching them? What are the channels integrated? Which one works best? Which are the most cost efficient? How do you integrate them with the day-to-day of your clients? Okay. So again, if you have more than one segment, you need to do this for each one of your segments. Did you see? I forgot to show you that I am using a separate color for each segment. When you do your canvas, make sure that if you have more than one segment, each segment has a unique color. And I'll show you in a minute how that starts building the story of your canvas for each segment. Okay, so let's talk about Lily and Violet. So what are the best channels for the walk-ins? What do you think are good channels for the walk-ins? Any ideas? How do I attract? And Claudio, if we have time, yeah, it will be great to see your Canva. Thank you for working it. Word of mouth, neighborhood, yes. Email, storefront, yes, definitely storefront. Flyers, social media, flyers, postcards. Okay, referrals, good. The location, cleanliness, yes. Totally agree. What about with the event planners? What are good channels to reach the event planners? Okay, pop-up emails. Okay, Instagram, emails, network, Instagram. Yes, you want to show how your flowers look. You can use either your Instagram or even you can use your Instagram could become even their catalog. Associations, trade shows, yes. What about with the universities and the schools? What do you think? What do you think how we can, the channels to connect with the university and the schools? LinkedIn, probably. Meetings and events, referrals. Okay, so let's see. So the channels, of course, I've put it summarized for your business. You can be more detailed. And probably if you, after this, you really work a sales funnel for each of your segments, you will have a more detailed information. But in this case, Our walk-ins, we're using the street signs in and the Instagram. Because, we want to let them know that maybe if I'm certain flowers that I want to put them in promotion or something, of course, I want to let them know quickly. Then for the event planners, the website, the Facebook, and even Pinterest, because it would be great if they can pin all the beautiful events that you have done to get ideas. And when you work with government, it's very common to have something called a capability statement. That is the resume of your company. It's a formal page, but that's a way to just show in one page what is your business about. Okay? Perfect. The next, by now, we have filled out 4 of the 5 blocks of the value side. So that is how the money comes in. Okay? Next is the revenue stream. So how everything that I'm doing with these 3 customer segments is bringing money. As I was saying before, I'm using colors. You see, for the business to consumers, I'm using green. For the business to business, I'm using blue. And for the business to government, I'm using orange. So it's very important that you can tell them the story. That's why I'm splitting it. So the walk-ins, they want affordable arrangements. They want to have a personalized relationship, and the channels I'm connecting with them are street signs and Instagram. You see, the reason I'm using colors is so I'm very clear what is the strategy for each of my segments. Okay? Okay. So Marilyn was saying for the colleges and universities and departments, find the colleges and universities and departments that need those services, definitely. I'm not sure about the question about the pitch deck. You can always have a good pitch deck, especially business to business or business to government. I recommend everybody to have a pitch deck and a very good pitch and a very good elevator pitch. So you can always have very clear what you are doing. For whenever you see your client, you can offer that. I have remember one of my students that worked with drones. When we were doing the exercise on segmentation, he was very thorough. He described how he had different contacts within businesses to work with the drones, from the person that was going to approve the project to the technician, everybody. It was very, very detailed. And to my surprise, I was very proud to see this exercise. And like 6 months later, this guy one day called me and say, listen, I'm calling to say thank you for forcing me to do my segmentations so detailed and have all my business plans so well laid out. I was in a trade show, and whenever somebody came to my booth, when they just say the role they did, I immediately could remember the exercise and say exactly what they needed to hear. He was thrilled that he made so many good contacts because he was so thorough on his pitch, that because he had done all this exercise. Okay. So for the revenue streams is how much are you selling to each customer segment? How much are they willing to pay? Of the total sales, how much does each customer segment contributes annually? And I put a percentage. Sometimes when we do accounting, and this one I'm not gonna ask you, I'm gonna show you. When we do accounting, we rarely look at the data split by segments. I really recommend you do it, because when we go in detail and look at each of the segments, you can really see which segment you have more opportunities. Okay. So in this case, the walk-ins, Evie and Violet, are making 32,000. That represents 32% of the business. In the business to business with the event planners, they are making 53,000, 53% of the business. annual sales, 53% of the annual sales. And the business to government is 15,000, that is 15%. So as you can see, probably it's a lot of work to get one client for the business to business, but it really represents an important side of their business. So it's very important for them. And definitely they have a lot of room to improve in the business to government and to continue growing in the walk-ins. Okay? So remember, whenever you do it, if you have more than one customer segment, please use colors and make sure even the revenue stream, you take the time to go through your numbers and split those numbers so you really know where the money is coming from. So with that, we have finished the first side of your business model canvas, so the value side. Then we are working on the efficiency side. The logic side, that is the key activities, key resources, key partners, and the cost structure. So let's start with the key activities. Key activities, you can think also as the processes. So what activities do you do to generate your products and services? So what key activities does your business require from the moment you create your products and service until you deliver it to your client? So it's the process. So sometimes it's easier for me to explain like the process that you have to do step by step. So let's think what Lily and Violet need to do, for instance, to provide flowers in the store for the walk-ins. What do you think? What do they need to do? So in order, what do you think? Probably they need to advertise first, buy the flowers. Yes, you were one good point. Place the order, take the order, good. Okay, deliver, perfect. Follow up, okay, perfect. What about with the planners? What do you think they need to do with the plans? What will be the process? Okay, Catalina, I will answer your question in a minute. She asks, when you have different services to deliver to the same customer for a holistic approach to solve their needs, how will this work with the business model? Please, Catalina, while I read all the answers, tell me what you do. Catalina Barreto, let me know what you do, okay? Showing pictures and other events. Yes, that will be so important for the event planners. Okay, establish deadlines. They need to know how many advertise, meeting with planners. Perfect. Yes, that's right. And now let me know with the university, what do you think? Will be all these key activities or processes or steps of the process that you need to follow. Okay, meeting, understand the needs, meeting with the staff. Okay, Catalina, I'm helping people to manage stress, drive change, and develop leadership skill with science-based tools, trainings, mentorings, and coaching. Okay. So I guess you have coaching and mentoring could be, even though mentoring, I'm not sure if you're charging for mentoring, I guess no. And coaching, yes, you are charging, and trainings, and you have tools. So sometimes, even though in the exercise, I'm seeing the 3 segments, they're very different, but sometimes we have only one type of segments, but the revenue streams are separate. So let's say I'm a consultant, so I receive money for being a consultant for one client. The same client also attends trainings and pay for those trainings. And then the same client uses online tools. So in that case, maybe what I recommend for you, Catalina, is in the segmentation divided by the tools, by the needs of the clients. So clients that need coaching, clients that need consulting, trainings, a client that needs, I don't know, digital tools. Because if since the processes are very different, so the segmentation should be splitted. For instance, when the channels are completely different, also you should divide the segmentation. When the revenue streams that they are bringing is different, even if, then you should split it. When the customer relationship you have is very different, then you should split it. So we are used to talk about segmentation only about age and sex and all of that. No, segmentation is sometimes it could be because we can deliver the same food. But so for some people we deliver through the supermarket, and some people is you send it directly. So those are two different channels. So you need to split it. Or in the case of Catalina, some clients, maybe it's a very personalized relationship. I'm doing coaching and mentoring one-on-one. The trainings is a lot of people in one group. And the tools, maybe Catalina doesn't even know who's downloading her exercises. Okay? So in that case, you need to split it too. I hope it's clear. Otherwise, at the end of the session, let me know and we review it again. Okay, yes, they will need to go, yeah, the government, please be aware of the contracts and all of that. In this case, even though we are talking about splitting it, if you think they are extremely different, use the separate colors. For the sake of this exercise, I'm assuming more or less the process is the same for all of them. So I use that the key activities are buying flowers and supplies, the marketing, the sales, the delivery, and then cleaning the location. So if you think it's very different, you will have to use the colors according to the segments. Otherwise, you can just start using one color and integrate if it's similar to all of them. So Gaslin is asking, if I am in a new business with multiple streams, how will I know to calculate my total revenue to get my percentage? This is a general question for any type of business. Can you answer at the end? Yes, Gaslin, remind me at the end, and I give you an idea for how to answer, how to develop your revenue streams when you are starting a business. Of course, yes, it will be based on projections, but yeah, for each segment. Okay, yes, remind me at the end so we can expand on that topic, okay? Thank you, Gaslin. The key resources is the resources you have to deliver the activities. So the key resources are, what are the key resources essential to develop your products and services? The ones that are required for the model. For instance, if you have personnel, money, the location, all of that are resources. And if you are in doubt, ask Google, tell me different sides of resources of a business, and it will give you human resources, your brand, money, cash, maybe you have a truck, your website, all of that are resources depending what you do, okay? So let's think about Lily and Violet. What do you think are the resources? And now let's think about assuming that they do more or less the same for all of them. So what do you think, what are the resources for the business of the flowers shop, for the creation of the bouquets and the delivery, either for clients, for events, or for the government? The website, floral distributors, the bookkeeping, the van to deliver. So yeah, so the van, the flowers, the glass containers, the ribbons. Yes, exactly. So you are on track. So definitely for the key resources, we need cash. They have a location. Remember, they have a store. They have a payment system. Probably a warehouse, as you say, the storage. They have employees. They have a brand. They have a delivery truck. They have flowers and supplies. So I think you were really on track. I mean, aligned with them, with Lily and Violet. Okay, perfect. So now the key partners. So what I want you to think when this says about key partners is not only partners. This is not about if I have a business and we are 3 and each of us has 33 0.333% of the business, or I have 52% and my husband has 48%. No, we are not talking about this type of partners. We're talking about partners that enable us to do business. So it could be either suppliers or partners that help us to do better things. Yeah, like the bank. Of course, the bank is not necessarily a vendor, but it allows you to do business. Or maybe you attend a networking, and that's a type of partner, okay? So I want you to put in key partners, all of that. So who are the key partners and suppliers? Be careful, key partners and suppliers, you need to develop your products and services. What key resources are you acquiring from key partners? Because sometimes we acquire resources. Maybe I belong to an association. And when I'm launching a product, the association allows me to send my marketing information of this new product through all her members. So I'm using resources from that partner, okay? So what key activities do the key partners or suppliers do? Okay, so help me. For Lily and Violet, what they need a shipping carrier, probably, yes. Vendors, marketing, bank, what else? What else do they need? What other partners they need? Couriers, yeah. They need the suppliers of the flowers and the vases and the ribbons. Suppliers. The employees are not key partners, Gaslin. The employees are resources. So maybe they could have a marketing company helping them, business affiliates, yes, but the employees are a key resource. I lost something. Are the bridge from me to the beneficiary of my product? Jean, I'm not really understand, but if it's a question, let me know. The credit card companies, yeah, having a payment system is a resource, but yeah, the payment card system could be a partner if I use them to promote and to go ahead. The delivery drivers, if they are suppliers of me, yes. Otherwise, I think the delivery drivers, I will put it under resources. Even they could be my employees or my 1099, I will put it there. Venture capital, yes, that could be a partner. Service providers from clients, service providers for my clients, yes, that could be also a partner. Okay. So in this case, the key partners for them are the flower suppliers, the vases suppliers, city associations, they belong to some city association, and even the location landlords. Because they are partners, I mean, she needs to be aligned with everything that happens at the location they are renting, okay? Okay, finally, the last block, cost structure. So by now, we're going to finish also the logic side or the efficiency side. And what are the most important costs in the business? Which key resources are more expensive? Which key activities are more expensive? Do you pay any memberships to work with your key partners? So in this side, I just put a few examples, like the location, 15,000, 30%, employees, 20,000, 40%, suppliers, 10,000, 20%, and others will be 5,000. So really this number should come from every single of these points that you put in the efficiency side. So the location has a price, the payment system has a cost, a cost. Employees have a cost, the brand or the marketing, delivery truck, and by then you can have all your cost structure. So that's why I said at the beginning, you can have all your revenue streams is like the profit and loss. You can have all the profit revenue streams, and then you can have all the cost. And even later, you can divide the cost in fixed cost and variable costs. So by now, you really know how your business works. And the difference between the revenue and the cost structure is really your profit. So here you could make at the bottom a calculation and have the profit at the bottom, okay? To really know how much you are making. You can even calculate the profit by revenue stream, by segment, to be more exact. So this is your business in one page. This is honestly, I think every business should review the business model once a year. Because it's important to know how these numbers change, your revenue stream. It's important to be aware if your customer segments are still active or they have changed, or you have new ones. To validate your value proposition, how you connect with them through the relationship you have on the channels. If your processes have changed, if the resources have changed, the partners and your cost structure. So this is something I recommend you do every year. And even if you take one morning to see it and really analyze, amazing ideas could come. Also because this is the base to innovation. If I say here, okay, so I'm selling this way, what if I bring another university? What is going to happen? So how can my numbers change? How can I reach them better? Or you know what? What if I decided to sell flowers to hotels? You know, that's something I don't have in here. What happens if I start reaching hotels? Which hotels? In which area? How can I deliver the flowers? Am I offering the hotels the flowers for the front desk? Or am I offering the flowers for unique clients? Or maybe because guests want flowers. So I start thinking what I want to do, and then I will have to do the whole process for that unique revenue, unique new customer segment that will represent a new revenue stream. Okay? So let me clear here. So let me know questions. I'm going to put the chart. Feel free. I don't know. Do you have questions? Thank you, Angelique. I'm glad you enjoy it. Okay, Claudio. I'm glad you're almost done. Perfect. Okay, who has questions? Who finds it easier now that you have received this explanation? Is it easier? Is it easier to understand? I recommend also you can put numbers before you fill it in. Okay, so think that you can always put here like 1, 2. So then you fill it out in order. You will receive this presentation. So you can always put the numbers and then fill it in, okay? So it will be easier. Okay, definitely makes easy, okay, to get focused and organized. It was helpful, I'm glad. Okay, so when you are in construction, sometimes you want to do this not only for your whole business, but for a project. I used to do a lot of business model canvas to do events. So you can also use it for specific projects. It will help you get organized. Okay? What is the difference between one-pager business plan and the canvas, in your opinion? There are many frameworks, Claudio. So is this the business model canvas? There is also the lean canvas. I like the lean canvas when you are starting a business. It's very similar to this one, but it's more focused on the problem, the solution. I think that one is really good when you are not really starting a business. And the one-page business, or it will also help you. There are different ways to organize your business. My recommendation is choose one that you like and be consistent. The reason I like the business model canvas is because it's very easy to translate to a profit and loss page. And then it's very easy that profit and loss, you make projections out of it. So I think it flows pretty well. Gasoline. So when you know your business, like you can see every month how much you produce and how it came money from different revenue streams. And you can start seeing how those percentages are allocated for different revenue streams. When you are starting a business, it's a little bit of a guess. But my recommendation is, here we did it annually, but you can even track it weekly. What happened every week? What is the trend? How are my segments behaving and the different revenue streams are coming? Okay, I hope that helps you, Gasoline, sorry. If you don't have numbers, go back, check your numbers. Because as we did today, your story that you put together should match your numbers. So a good business is when the vision you have at the business of your head matches your numbers. So the numbers should tell your story. So that's why when your story and the numbers are aligned, that's the best. Okay? Could you please explain better what do the value proposition canvas first and then the business model and how that works? Okay. So, and Jesus, tell me if I'm not mistaken, next week I'm going to explain only about the value proposition. So today we're talking about the business model, but next week we're only going to talk about how to build your value proposition. Is Steve, no? That's right.
Yes.
No, I'm
Yes.
right. Okay.
That's right.
You're good. You're good. Yep. And the link is going to be in the chat right now as we speak.
So please come back and invite your friends. So we all do good value propositions. I promise it's going to be fun. What else? Catalina, it's easy. Could you please explain? Okay, Catalina, please come back next week. Okay, how do you determine when to increase or lower prices and services? So Felicia, that will depend not only about your business model. It can be affected by your business model. For instance, if you improve the delivery, if you organize the delivery, maybe you have a higher profit, so then you can maintain prices. But what if the new clients are far away? You may need to charge an extra fee for the delivery. So yes, some things will be affected by your business model, but some others are more the competition, the increase on prices. So of course, yes, you can model just this, you can use this model just for one product, for instance, or one service, and really see, if my costs go up, how it affects my whole chart. But I think pricing also could include more things. Okay. Okay. Thank you, the Bruna family and the Bruna group. That's great to have you here. And which better use for getting grants? Okay, grants should be a completely different topic. So my recommendation is make sure ideally your business should live out of grants. And I know not a lot of people say this to you, and we are used these few years to receive grants and have amazing grants. And it's beautiful to start with a grant, but you need to make sure your business model works. If you apply for a grant and it works, it will give you a push, but let's try to look for a business that can live without a grant. Because grants will come and go. And it's important that your business produces, that if you apply for a grant and the money comes, that's amazing because it will give you a push. But otherwise, make sure that you grow, even if it's slowly, but that your business model is working. Try not to live out of grants because then you become used to it and then your business model may not be working. If you have a grant, you have to consider the grant as a revenue stream here. But if you see the grant, it's not doing, apart from giving you an injection of cash, is not allocated unless it's allocated for a specific group of customer segments, but it's like an injection of cash. But I'm not sure how it really impacts the rest of the chart. I'm not sure if that's your question, Claudia. Cheryl, I'm glad that it was clear. Yeah, Claudia, send it to Jesus. He will send it my way. Send me your email and I will gladly take a look. Okay. So please come next week. I would love to talk to you about value proposition. I promise I will make it easy. And I will include also a formula to write an amazing storytelling about your business. If you learn how to write your business value proposition right, I'll give you a bonus. I promise. Okay? So thank you. Thank you. It's been amazing. And I hope to see you soon in person too, one day. And yes, questions. Let me clear this. Okay, this is a QR code where you can download the template if you want it. Let me clear these numbers. So please take a picture of the QR code.
And also, I know that there's some that actually called in, so don't worry. Everyone is going to be receiving today's presentation. So don't be stressed. In case if you're just listening in the background as you're attending the children with homework or dinner, but definitely everyone's getting the presentation and also the YouTube link as well. And then hopefully once I receive the video file, I will be sending everyone the everything from today's webinar, but I will manually be registering you all for next week's webinar, but definitely encourage you to register via Zoom so that it's a help me help you.
Thank you. Invite your friends. And this is a new picture that I got and I love it. It's so me. So I decided to put it together.
And also just let you know, because I know that I had one inquiry as if it's okay to share this link for folks are outside Miami. Yes, that's not a problem. The more the merrier. Kid you not, we've actually had folks from Alaska and Hawaii to attend our webinars under the Navigator program. So it's our reach is anywhere and everywhere. So and none of this would be possible without you, the small business owners. So is there any additional questions? Just let me know. I'll be more than happy to moderate them on your behalf. I put my email. I'll put it again in the chat. Yes, Hawaii. Yep. Mahalo and aloha.
Yes, please send it to Jesus. I won't be able to return to you immediately, but I will check if you send me the exercise. I'm happy to help you. Mm-hmm.
And then, Steve, do you have some closing thoughts before we conclude?
Just to kind of, well, first of all, to thank Adriana for such a tremendously insightful presentation. I knew at the start of it, I said that she was not going to disappoint us. And from the responses, we see that everybody was really engaged. Adriana, I really like the way you approached the training with everyone today too. So I do want to commend you on that. And for those of you that are in the digital transformation training already, you'd realize that today's training is a really strong support to what you're learning in that program as well. Everything is integrated, everything is related, and the more opportunities that we get to learn, especially from people that are as incredible as Adriana, we're all very, very lucky. So just with those few words, Jesus, I just want to wish everybody a very good night and see you guys on Friday.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Steve, Louis, Jesus, and everybody. Have a very good evening.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you.